I'm Mariel Collado and I'll start the presentation with an introduction of the instruments used in measuring volumes. Volume of liquids is commonly most measured with graduated cylinders, although beakers, burette, flasks, and pipettes are also used. Each of these instruments is marked with lines. All of these lines are called scale. Each line is a division or graduation, and only some of these divisions are marked. Some of these instruments are more precise than others. Another way to look at precision is to determine how many significant figures are possible when measuring volume.
And I will discuss the first instrument used to measure volume, graduated cylinder. Graduated cylinders are used to measure the volume of a liquid and are available in different capacities. This one is designed to measure up to 100 milliliters of liquid. Marked line is equal to 10 milliliter and each unmarked line is equal to 1 milliliter. Remember that the basic rule is that any measurement device can be read to 1/10 of the smallest division, so the volume can be read to 1/10 of 1 milliliter. With the volume, place the graduated cylinder on a flat surface and view the height of the liquid at eye level. It will tend to curve downward. This curve is called the meniscus. To get the most accurate measurement, read the volume at the bottom of meniscus.
I am Keishan and I will discuss the second instrument used to measure volume, which is a beaker. A beaker can also be used to measure the volume of a liquid. This beaker is designed to measure up to 100 milliliters of liquid, just as the graduated cylinder in the previous slide. The same guidelines for measuring volume in a graduated cylinder apply to a beaker as well. Place the beaker on a flat surface and view the height of the liquid at eye level. Read the volume at the bottom of the meniscus. On this beaker, each marked line is equal to 20 milliliters and each unmarked line is equal to 10 milliliters. Since measurement instrument can be read to 1/10 of the smallest division, the volume can be read to 1 milliliter. One fact is that beakers are so imprecise that they are only used to estimate volumes and are not used when precise measurements are needed.
I am Edna Kinde and I will discuss the third instrument used to measure volume, a burette. A burette is used to precisely measure a small amount of liquids. This apparatus is different because it measures how much liquid has been released, not how much liquid is in the cylinder. This burette is used to measure up to 20 milliliters of liquid. The marked division on this instrument is equal to 1 milliliter and are smallest at the top and largest at the bottom. The unmarked divisions are equal to 0.1 milliliter. This means that volume can be measured to 0.01 milliliter. Burette is filled to the top mark, but the reading is 0.100 milliliter because none of the liquid has been released. As the liquid flows out of the bottom of the instruments, the volume recorded increases. To read the volume of a liquid in a burette, record digits by looking at the last graduation above the meniscus and reading down.
I am Hazel, and I will discuss the fourth instrument used to measure volume, which is pipette. A pipette transfers relatively small amounts of liquid. Like burette, pipette is used to measure how much liquid has been released, not how much liquid is in the cylinder. This pipette is used to measure up to 10 milliliters of liquid. The mark division on this device is equal to 1 milliliter and are smallest at the top and largest at the bottom. This instrument is filled to the top mark, but the reading is 0 100 milliliter because none of the liquid has been released. Pipette has 4 different types. The micropipette, more pipette, serological pipette, and volumetric pipette. Let me discuss first the micropipette. Micropipettes are the standard laboratory equipment used to measure and transfer small volumes of liquids. Micropipettes are the standard laboratory equipment used to measure and transfer small volumes of liquids. It measures from 1 microliter to 1000 microliter. The tips are an important part of the micropipette and allow the same device to be used for different samples without washing, so long as you change your tip between samples. The second type of pipette is more pipette. More pipette is a graduated pipette in which the calibration marks do not extend to the tip but at a point above the tip. Fluid is drawn at the graduation mark and then dispensed to the 0 mark, not completely evacuating the fluid from the pipette. While serological pipette is a graduated pipette in which the calibration marks extend all the way to the tip. When an amount of fluid is drawn back to the entire amount in the pipette is dispensed so that the pipette is empty. Lastly, the volumetric pipette. The volumetric pipette has a single graduation that allows it to deliver one specific volume accurately. This pipette can only be used to deliver the volume of liquid for which it is calibrated.
I am Germinal Tiligot and I will discuss the instrument used to measure volume, which is the endometric flask. An air flask is a phone-shaped container with neck, so you can hold the flask or attach a clamp or use a stopper. Air flasks are used to measure, mix, and store liquids. They are one of the most common and useful pieces of chemistry lab glassware. Most air flasks are made of porous silicate glass so that they can be heated over a flame or autoclave. The most common sizes of aluminum flasks are 250 ml and 500 ml. They can also be found in 50, 125, 250, 500, 1000 ml.
I am Elijah Celso and I will discuss the last instrument that is used to measure volume. Volumetric flask. A volumetric flask is used to measure very precisely one specific volume of liquid. The available sizes of this instrument are ranging from 1 milliliter to 2 liters. It is designed to contain a specific volume of liquid, usually to a tolerance of a few hundredths of a milliliter, about 0.1% of the flask capacity. The flask has a calibration line engraved on the narrow part of its neck. It is filled with liquid, so the bottom of the meniscus is on the engraved line.